Welcome to a journey of exploring the deeper nature of life through the lens of Buddhist scriptures. Have you ever wondered why moments of joy seem to pass so quickly, while pain often feels like it lingers forever? Or have you ever felt that the changes in life, whether big or small, always seem to have a reason we can't quite understand? These are the very questions that Buddhist teachings offer profound insights into. They help us unlock the meaning behind the moments that define our lives. In this journey, we'll explore the fundamental principles of Buddhism, from impermanence to karma, and discover how we can overcome suffering and find true inner freedom. Every part of life, whether joyful or painful, holds a valuable lesson, a chance for us to grow and evolve each day. In the first part of this story, we explore the concept of impermanence, one of the most important teachings in Buddhism, which shows us how to face and embrace the ever-changing nature of life. Can we learn to accept change without fear or anxiety? The answer lies in embracing impermanence, which allows life to become much lighter and peaceful. Next, we delve into the law of karma, or cause and effect. In Buddhism, nothing happens randomly. Every thought, word, and action we take creates a ripple in the world, shaping not only our future but the energy we carry in each moment. Karma reminds us that we are the architects of our own reality, shaping it with the choices we make every day. As we continue our journey, the next part teaches us about letting go of attachment, one of the most liberating practices in Buddhism. How often do we cling to things, people, or outcomes, and suffer when they change or slip away? Letting go doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we free ourselves from the need to control life and open ourselves to true freedom. But life isn't without its struggles. In the next part, we explore how even the darkest moments can carry hidden lessons. Pain doesn't have to define us. Instead, it can be a powerful teacher. When we view suffering through the lens of learning, we find that it leads us toward greater wisdom and growth. Finally, we arrive at one of the most powerful tools in Buddhism: mindfulness. Mindfulness is not just about meditation, it's a way of life. It's about living fully in the present moment, observing our experiences without judgment, and responding to life with awareness, intention, and compassion. Through mindfulness, we learn to appreciate the beauty in the ordinary, and we discover that true peace doesn't come from controlling the world, but from being fully present in it. And through all these teachings, we discover that true inner freedom is not a destination, but a journey. When we learn to live with awareness, let go of what no longer serves us, and embrace life with compassion, we begin to see that every experience, whether good or bad, is an opportunity to grow and find deeper meaning. Part 1. Embracing change and finding meaning through Buddhist wisdom. What if I told you that every experience in your life, whether it brings joy or sorrow, triumph or heartbreak, has a deeper, more profound purpose? What if every moment, no matter how unexpected or painful, was not random, but part of a greater design that we often fail to see? And what if the wisdom of an ancient philosophy, one that has helped countless people navigate life's complexities for centuries, could help you understand why everything in your life happens the way it does? Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore these questions and more, diving into the transformative teachings of Buddhism. These aren't just philosophical ideas. They are practical tools for understanding and embracing the ebb and flow of life, especially during times of hardship. In this exploration, we will unravel how the Buddhist path offers profound insights into the most challenging moments we face, and more importantly, how we can use these teachings to transform our perception of the world and our responses to it. Buddhism at its core is about seeing life through a lens of deep awareness and insight. It offers a view of the world where nothing is coincidental or accidental. Every experience we encounter, from the smallest joy to the deepest sorrow, has a reason, a lesson to be learned. And when you start to view life through this lens, everything shifts. Suddenly, you are no longer a passive observer, just going through the motions of life. Instead, you become an active participant in your own evolution, able to see the hidden wisdom behind each moment. One of the most foundational teachings in Buddhism is the concept of impermanence, or Anicca in Pali. Simply put, everything in life changes. Nothing remains the same. Our emotions, our relationships, the seasons, and even our very bodies are in a constant state of flux. The beauty of a sunset is fleeting, As is the feeling of joy we experience after a success, but so too are the difficult moments. Pain, loss, heartache, temporary. They too shall pass. This truth, while simple, is one that many of us resist. We cling to the good times, hoping they will last forever, and we desperately try to push away the bad, wishing they would disappear. But the reality is that life does not bend to our will. It flows like a river, moving constantly, never staying in one place. When we try to force life to stay still, we create unnecessary suffering. But when we let go and flow with it, life becomes much easier to navigate. Think about nature. A tree doesn't mourn when its leaves fall in the autumn. It lets go without resistance, trusting that spring will come again, bringing new growth. A river doesn't stop moving when it encounters an obstacle. It flows around it, adapting to the changes, continuing on its path. Could we learn to do the same? Instead of fearing change, Buddhism teaches us to embrace it. It invites us to let go of what no longer serves us, to trust that every loss is not an end, but a beginning. When we accept the impermanence of life, we free ourselves from the fear and attachment that cause so much of our suffering. And in return, we gain something invaluable. We start to experience the present moment with ease, knowing that it's enough just as it is. We can face difficult times without the constant worry that they will never end. Instead, we know that life is always moving forward and we are part of that movement. True peace doesn't come from trying to control the uncontrollable. It comes from aligning ourselves with the natural rhythm of life, from surrendering to the flow rather than fighting against it. When we stop resisting change and start flowing with it, we find a deep and unshakable peace that no external circumstance can take away. But there is another truth in Buddhism that deepens this understanding. It's not just that everything changes, it's that everything we do, say, and think also creates change. Our every thought, every word, every action leaves a mark, not only on our own lives, but on the lives of others and the world as a whole. This is where the law of karma comes in. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into the concept of karma and how it shapes not just our future, but also the energy we carry in every moment. But before we do that, let's pause and reflect. Can we, like the tree in autumn, learn to let go of what we can't control? Can we embrace life's impermanence and trust that every moment, good or bad, has a purpose? The first step is understanding that change is inevitable. And once we accept this, we can begin to embrace life with greater peace and clarity. Part 2, the law of karma, creating change in every moment. In the previous section, we explored how embracing impermanence and flowing with the changes of life can bring peace and clarity. But there's another powerful truth in Buddhism that deepens our understanding of life's journey. Karma. Karma is a word we hear often, but its true meaning can be easily misunderstood. It's not about punishment or reward. It's not a system of cosmic retribution where good deeds are rewarded and bad ones are punished. Instead, karma is the law of cause and effect. It's the understanding that every action, thought, and word we put into the world creates a ripple, shaping not only our future but the energy we carry with us in each and every moment. Think of it like planting seeds. Every action, no matter how small, is a seed we plant in the garden of our lives. The seeds we plant today will grow it into the experiences we face tomorrow. If we plant seeds of kindness, compassion, and wisdom, we will harvest experiences that reflect those qualities. But if we plant seeds of anger, hatred, or selfishness, we will likely see the fruits of those actions in the form of conflict, dissatisfaction, and suffering. Karma teaches us that we are not victims of fate. We are not stuck in predetermined paths that have been set out for us. On the contrary, we are the authors of our own reality, shaping it moment by moment through the choices we make. It's a powerful realization that gives us back control over our lives. Instead of feeling helpless or resigned to circumstances, we can actively change our future by changing the way we think, speak, and act. The 3 primary ways karma is created. Buddhism teaches that karma is generated in 3 primary ways: through our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Each of these creates an energetic imprint on the world around us, influencing not just our personal experiences, but the lives of others as well. 1. Thoughts. It all begins with the mind. A thought may seem like something small, fleeting, and harmless, but thoughts are incredibly powerful. They have the potential to shape our emotions, our actions, and ultimately our lives. When we think with hatred, jealousy, or fear, those thoughts create negative energy that can eventually manifest in harmful actions. On the other hand, when we think with love, gratitude, and kindness, we send out positive energy that can lead to peaceful, harmonious outcomes. It's not just the big thoughts, like a strong feeling of anger or resentment, that matter. Even small, everyday thoughts about ourselves, others, in the world are seeds of karma. That brief moment of judgment about someone, the thought of impatience as we wait in line, or a fleeting moment of irritation at someone's behavior, these all leave energetic imprints. 2. Words. Our words have an incredible impact. They can either heal or harm, inspire or wound. When we speak with honesty, compassion, and clarity, we plant seeds of peace and understanding in the world. But when we speak out of anger, pride, or fear, we sow discord and misunderstanding. Words carry energy, and the energy we put into our speech will return to us in one form or another. Think about the times you've been in an argument. Often, it's not just the words that are said, but the tone and energy behind them that leave the deepest impact. Words spoken in anger can cause deep wounds, while words spoken with love and understanding can heal even the deepest of rifts. This is where mindfulness becomes crucial. By being aware of the energy behind our words, we can ensure that we are speaking with intention, wisdom, and kindness. 3. Actions. Finally, our actions are the most direct and visible form of karma. What we do in the world has a lasting impact, not just on ourselves, but on others as well. Every action, whether it's a kind gesture toward a stranger or an act of harm, leaves an imprint on the world. Buddhism teaches that even the smallest act can have far-reaching effects. A simple smile to a person who is having a bad day might change the course of their entire day. Helping someone in need might ripple out to inspire others to do the same. It's easy to think that our actions only affect those immediately around us, but the truth is that everything we do sends out ripples into the world. Even when we think no one is watching, our actions are creating the world around us. This is why it's so important to act with integrity and compassion in everything we do. The power of intention. One of the most important aspects of karma in Buddhism is the intention behind our thoughts, words, and actions. While the outcomes of our actions are important, it is our intention that ultimately determines the energy we are creating. Two people can do the exact same thing, but if one acts with selfishness and the other with love, the karma generated is completely different. Intention is the driving force behind everything we do. When we act with pure intentions, motivated by love, kindness, and wisdom, we create positive karma, regardless of the outcome. But if our actions are motivated by selfish desires, greed, or fear, we generate negative karma, even if the outcome seems positive on the surface. Mindfulness in karma. Mindfulness plays a key role in how we generate karma. When we practice mindfulness, we are better able to observe our thoughts, words, and actions without judgment. This awareness allows us to make more conscious choices that align with our true values and lead to more positive outcomes. It's easy to fall into unconscious patterns, reacting to the world based on past habits or conditioned responses. But mindfulness helps us break these patterns, allowing us to act with greater awareness and intention. The more we practice mindfulness, the more we become aware of the energy we're sending out into the world, and the more we can adjust our behavior to create positive change. Karma is not just personal, it's collective. Karma isn't just about personal growth, it's also about collective impact. The energy we create doesn't just affect us as individuals, it ripples out into our communities in the larger world. When we act with kindness and generosity, we are contributing to a more compassionate and peaceful world. But when we act out of fear, anger, or selfishness, we contribute to conflict and suffering. This is why Buddhism emphasizes the importance of acting for the greater good, not just for ourselves. Every time we choose to act with compassion, we are not only improving our own karma, but also helping to build a more harmonious world. Our actions, however small they may seem, have the power to influence those around us in ways we may never fully understand. Part 3, letting go of attachment, the path to liberation. In the previous sections, we explored the powerful forces of impermanence and karma, understanding how everything in life is constantly changing and how our thoughts, words, and actions shape the world around us. Now let's dive into one of the most profound teachings in Buddhism. The concept of attachment and how learning to let go can be one of the most powerful forms of liberation. In life, we often find ourselves clinging to things, people, and even emotions. We attach ourselves to happy moments, wishing they would last forever, and we hold on to material possessions or relationships, fearing loss. We attach ourselves to our identities, our past experiences, and our expectations for the future. But what happens when these attachments are threatened, or when they inevitably change? The truth is, attachment is the root of suffering. When we become overly attached to something, whether it's a person, a thing, or even a particular outcome, we set ourselves up for pain. Why? Because nothing in life is permanent. People change, things break, situations evolve. And when the things we cling to inevitably change or disappear, we feel lost, confused, or heartbroken. Understanding attachment and suffering. Buddhism teaches that attachment is a source of suffering because it creates a sense of dependence and expectation. When we hold tightly to something or someone, we are essentially saying, "This is my source of happiness, my sense of security." But as we've seen with the law of impermanence, nothing is permanent. Everything, including our relationships, possessions, and even our emotions, is in a constant state of flux. Therefore, when our attachments are broken or altered, we experience a sense of loss. Think about a time in your life when you lost something or someone you held dear. The pain you felt likely came from your attachment to that person or thing. But what if, instead of holding on tightly, you could have approached that moment with openness, knowing that life changes and that loss is part of the journey? The suffering you felt could have been lessened because you would have been free from the expectations that everything must remain the same. The Buddha's teachings tell us that the more we cling to something, whether it's a relationship, a material possession, or even an identity, the more we create suffering for ourselves. This is not to say that we should not love or care for others, or that we should avoid enjoying life's blessings. Rather, Buddhism encourages us to approach life with non-attachment, a mindset where we appreciate the beauty of life without becoming dependent on it for our happiness. The practice of non-attachment. Non-attachment is often misunderstood. It's not about becoming cold, indifferent, or disengaged from life. It's about recognizing that we can love, we can enjoy, and we can be fully present in the moment without clinging to it or trying to control it. Non-attachment allows us to experience life fully without the constant fear of loss or the desire to hold on forever. Think of a beautiful sunset. In the moment, you may feel a sense of awe and wonder as you watch the colors change in the sky. But if you become attached to the idea of wanting the sunset to last forever, you will soon find yourself disappointed when the sun finally dips below the horizon. However, if you can appreciate the sunset for what it is without trying to cling to it or control it, you can enjoy it fully in that moment, knowing that it will return again tomorrow. Non-attachment isn't about rejecting the things we love. It's about releasing our grip on them and understanding that nothing is permanent. It's about embracing life as it comes without fear or resistance. When we stop clinging to things, we are able to experience them more deeply, with more joy and gratitude because we're not dependent on them for our happiness. The freedom in letting go. Letting go of attachment doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we stop depending on things to bring us happiness or security. It means trusting the flow of life, knowing that everything we need will come to us at the right time, and that nothing is truly ours to possess forever. One of the most powerful ways to practice non-attachment is to let go of our expectations. So often we set ourselves up for disappointment because we hold tightly to how we think things should be. We expect people to behave in a certain way, or we expect life to go according to our plans. But when life doesn't meet our expectations, we suffer. We feel frustrated, upset, or even betrayed. Buddhism teaches us to release these expectations. Instead of trying to control how things should unfold, we are encouraged to accept life as it is, trusting that every experience, good or bad, has something valuable to teach us. The more we let go of rigid expectations, the more peace we find, because we are no longer battling reality. A Zen story on letting go. There's a beautiful Zen story that illustrates the concept of letting go. A Zen master and his student were walking through the forest when they came across a river. On the bank of the river, there was a woman who was struggling to cross. The Zen master, seeing her distress, offered to carry her across. The woman accepted, and the master carried her over the river to the other side. Afterward, they continued on their journey in silence. Hours later, the student, still deep in thought, turned to the master and said, "Master, you broke the rules of our tradition. You touched a woman and carried her across the river. How could you do that?" The Zen master smiled and replied, "I left the woman on the other side of the river, but it seems you're still carrying her." This story teaches us that attachment to thoughts, emotions, or past actions only causes suffering. The master was able to let go of the situation once it was over, while the student was still holding on to it mentally. The key to freedom lies in letting go of what no longer serves us, whether it's a past grudge, a past success, or a past relationship. Learning to let go with compassion. Letting go is not about being callous or indifferent. It's about cultivating a deep sense of compassion for ourselves and others. When we let go of attachment, we create space for new experiences, for growth, and for deeper relationships. We no longer hold on to old wounds or outdated beliefs that prevent us from moving forward. In Buddhism, the practice of compassion is closely tied to non-attachment. Compassion doesn't mean holding on to someone in an unhealthy way or trying to fix them. It means offering kindness and love without expectation and letting go of the need to control the outcome. When we let go of attachment, we open ourselves up to true freedom, the freedom to live in the present moment, to experience life without fear, and to love without conditions. We begin to see that life is not about holding on, but about embracing the flow of experiences with an open heart. The power of surrendering to life. Surrendering to life doesn't mean giving up or resigning ourselves to fate. It means aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life, trusting that everything happens for a reason. It means letting go of the need to control every outcome, and instead allowing life to unfold as it will. This practice of surrender is one of the most liberating aspects of Buddhism. It's the recognition that we are not in control of everything, but we are always in control of how we respond. By letting go of our attachments to the past and our expectations for the future, we open ourselves up to the peace and freedom that comes with accepting life as it is. If you found this journey of discovery inspiring and insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you'll join our community where we explore the profound wisdom of Buddhism and how to apply it to our everyday lives. Don't miss out on future videos that can help you transform your mindset, find inner peace, and live a more meaningful life. Hit the bell icon so you're the first to know when new content is available. Let's continue this path together, one step at a time. Thank you for being here.